My name's Caroline. I'm a physical therapy student, and today we're going to be learning all about the lobes of the brain. Now, the brain is a super complex structure, so this is just going to be a brief overview. All right, so we're going to start by looking at our frontal lobe, which is on the front of our brain, and it is also the largest and the last to fully develop. Now, this lobe includes the primary motor cortex, which is drawn in a darker shade of blue, and this helps us execute and control our voluntary movements. The frontal lobe also contains our prefrontal cortex, which deals with our emotions, planning, and decision making. The frontal lobe itself is mainly responsible for our personality and behavioral inhibition. And finally, the frontal lobe also includes Broca's area, which helps us with speech production. Okay, now let's move on to the parietal lobe, which is mainly responsible for sensory processing, proprioception, and sensory integration. It includes the primary somatosensory cortex, which helps with everything that I just stated, and it also includes some of Wernicke's area, which is also shared with the temporal lobe. Wernicke's area helps us with our understanding of speech and speech comprehension. Okay, now let's look at the temporal lobe, which is in orange, and this lobe is responsible for a bunch of things. It has a bunch of different structures in it. One of them being the hippocampus. So the temporal lobe helps with our memory. It helps regulate our emotions via the amygdala. The lobe itself also aids in language understanding and expression, which again, it includes some of Wernicke's area. And finally, it helps us process auditory information as well as smell. Now we're going to talk about that random brown dot, and that is actually the insular lobe, also known as the insula. It lies deep to the lateral fissure, and it's mainly responsible for language and visual integration, and it processes taste. It also helps us integrate physical sensations with emotional experience. And it's a lobe that is just deeper to all of the outer ones that we see in the bright colors. Last but not least, we have our occipital lobe all the way in the back, and this lobe is mainly responsible for vision. It includes our visual cortex, which helps us with visual perception, spatial processing, and color recognition. And there you have it. That's a brief overview of the lobes in our brain.